All right, so what's the deal? Bad Listener is back online. We're here with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Caleb Stone. So for the people at home who might not know, let them know, what's your deal?
Yo, I make music. And I produce for artists, but mainly just been making weird sounds recently, man.
Hell yeah. So you got a new project out. It seems like this is really like your sound design record. You're going like deep into the sound design rabbit hole. So can you kind of talk about the process of making this and, what was your inspiration for it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just have been struggling to not be super bummed out by like all styles of music. And I was kind of thinking like,
it all sounds bad.
Well, yeah, exactly. Where can we, or it all just sounds the fucking same, It's like all recycled, regurgitated, amorphous, gray fuck shit. And like, I was thinking, what's like the only place no one is really dared to go? And I'm like, extreme tempo modulation.
Yeah.
And it's because it kind of it rules out like 98% of listeners if you do that. But I'd rather have the 2%.
I feel that
are fucking with it.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because what I was kind of thinking about when I was listening to this album is, obviously music has a certain context for it. Like, I'm always kind of in this dance music scene, so I think most of the time when I'm sitting down to make music, I'm always just thinking about like, is this going to go off in the club? Maybe that's a limiting mindset. So when you were working on this, what was what was the listening context that you had in mind? Like, what's the ideal listening experience for this album, do you think?
Headphones, car, stereo, just, for the personal use, for a transcendental, introspective moment, or nice walk, or I don't know, just soundtrack to your life, like outside of, like, here's the thing, how often are you in the fucking club? I'm in the club like 0.0% of the time.
I'm in the club a lot.
Yeah, everyone has varying degrees of being in the clubness, but at least for me, I'm not there. So trying to cater to a demographic that I don't interact with or understand,
I feel that
would be disingenuous.
Yeah, no, totally. And you said tempo modulation, so that's like, is that kind of what's behind these grooves? Because I think when I'm listening to it, what was striking to me, now that you're saying tempo modulation, I for sure see it. But I guess like what I was kind of noticing more is just like the groove switch ups. Like it goes from like kind of having like a 4 on the floor to all of a sudden we're in like a bachata groove to now we're hitting like a drum and bass break for a second. Almost like, every 8 bars or something, it's like totally different groove. So I'm just curious how you're kind of thinking about the rhythm. Like what is there a method to the madness, or are you really just kind of being like, I'm throwing the kitchen sink, into this?
The idea is to like, I make all the drums first. So like, I'm just starting with like a blank Ableton, and then I'm just like going, and I'm like, all right, can I get fucking 8 bars of crazy shit down? And it's just freeing to be like, every bar, it doesn't matter. There's no rules. Like, I just did a bar of, whatever. Now I'm going to pay homage to a completely different style.
I feel that.
And and then like start fucking them up with delays and shifters and just going, making it sound insane. And then while you do that, just start drawing a bunch of shit with the fucking master tempo and set the range like mad high, like 20 to 300. And then and there's this new shit in Ableton called Time Warp that's like, sort of does like a free rate it's like free rate arpeggiation effect.
Oh, wow.
Where like you can take like something that just is like 16th notes and then like stretch it out so it does the like thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you combine those with the tempo thing, and then if at any point it sounds too regular, you can just like copy and paste it and then just like change the tempo again and just keep fucking with it. And like if you put like a square groove on it that you made on like a regular grid, it like automatically fucks your regular groove.
Hell yeah. I feel like you've kind of always had that mentality of just like wanting to push the envelope and just like mangle samples in a really crazy way. Like I remember that song you had, Mexican dark techno, was going crazy, or dark Mexican techno, DMT.
That was it.
Yep,
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, but either works. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a thread. And one thing that I think is so interesting about your music is I feel like you go in all these different directions. Like, I mean, obviously people know you from, you know, your pop stuff and hip hop productions and things like that. But obviously you make this electronic music too. I was seeing you were working on some D&B stuff with Spinurita, for example, and all these different things. And I think that just there's something about your voice as a producer that just, no matter what you do, it always sounds like you. And I think, you know, it's a combination of the way that you use vocal samples. Like, it's a lot of these like female vocal chops, and you really like, you know, do a lot of chopping and layering and putting effects on it. And then also just like the piano aspect. I feel like, you know, no matter how crazy you get, you always have these like really lush, you know, piano sounds in there. So, I mean, is that something that you are constantly or consciously choosing to do, like to sort of like sound like yourself, or is it just like your ear kind of gravitates to these sounds?
I mean, I love jazz piano music and like female vocal jazz and stuff. And so I try, trust me, tons of different shit. But like a lot of times I just have to be honest with myself about what's like sounding the illest that I can do. You know what I'm saying? And I end up falling back on like pretty chords, like, you know, mangled alien vocals that, you know, were sounding nice to begin with or whatever. But
like, do you feel like you have a sound? Like, is that something that you think about when you think about your own music?
Kinda, you know, I've definitely, there's been like, you know, some tropes that have been reoccurring and stuff. I like to think that I'm like evolving and like learning about more styles and like sort of just like getting into more shit over the years and trying tons of different stuff. So like this newer project, I felt like I got to sort of do everything at the same time.
Hell yeah.
You know? Like this music to me is like Rick and Morty interdimensional music where like you're like going through different worlds really fast and at random, you know. But the thing that sort of ties it together is like pretty chords and vocal samples and stuff.
Hell yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, I feel like one thing about you, I mean, you said you're doing it all on this project. I've been noticing the rollout for this has been crazy, all these visuals. Did I see that you're doing this with a Touch Designer? Is that what you're working with?
Yeah, I've been teaching myself how to use Touch.
Okay.
And it's been mad fun.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I really want to get into it. I've had it on my computer for a long time, but I just like haven't opened it.
I had it for like 3 months before I was like got past being too afraid to like dive in. But
oh yeah,
it's not that as hard as it seems if you're just willing to like follow like if you do like 10 hours of tutorials, then it'll like kind of start to make sense. But there'll be like specific techniques that you can like hone in on.
Yeah.
That like you could be like, all right, I want to learn how to do point clouds, or like I want to learn how to do geometry or whatever, and then like you know, you can sort of like just do one thing and get a grip on that. But
yeah, and it's all like honestly, audio reactive too, right? Like you can hook it up to MIDI and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you can just hook it up to a fucking audio file and like detect the kick and stuff. And
that's crazy.
It's a little daunting because you got to do math to like rearrange stuff to make it like work with effects, but it's not that hard. Like once you sort of break through with that.
I use Blender like for my day-to-day stuff that I do at work and stuff like that. You know,
that's harder.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is. You know, it's kind of crazy. It's like when I was in high school, I remember, you know, I took like calculus class and I was supposed to take the AP Calc exam, and I told my professor I was going to art school, and he was like, forget it, you don't even need this. But I use math so much more than I actually like thought I would in my day-to-day life because of stuff like this that you're talking about. Like, you know, geometry is very important. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, to that point, I think one thing that, you know, really something about you that was really influential to me and just like really dope in my opinion is that you're just like a constant student. You're always trying to learn new stuff. Like I remember when we used to be hanging out a lot at your spot in Detroit, like pretty much almost every time I pull up, you'd have like a music theory video open on YouTube. And before we'd really get into making beats, you'd want to talk to me about, you know, I was learning about, you know, this type of thing. And you'd almost like give me a lesson before we'd really get into it. And I feel like I've really become that guy over time too. So like, what do you think is behind that? Like, you know, you're just always trying to gain new skills. Like,
just trying to suck less and less with each passing moment, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of people who make art, like, just think their fucking shit smells like bananas, you know, or whatever. And like, I'm always like the opposite, where I like am like super down on myself and like, I'm just like, I'm scum, you know? And it's like, I'm constantly trying to just like be honest about the flaws in my game and try to like remedy them and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I relate to that a lot. And I think like there was a period of time when I was first learning how to make music where I knew certain people who had like a formal training, and I felt like the stuff that they were making like wasn't really interesting to me. And then I'm coming in and making like stuff in FL Studio that to me was like more interesting. So I almost was like, well, maybe I shouldn't go down that rabbit hole. But I think you were a really influential person to me because you just said, no, like sit down and watch some YouTube videos, like get better. You know what I mean? It's like, it's always going to help. It's never going to hurt you to understand what's going on better.
Yeah, it's only going to make you more creative the more random shit you learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to become like Jacob Collier because you fucking learn some scales or whatever, or like watch some like production tutorials, you know?
Yeah. Shouts out to Jacob.
Yeah.
Such a talented guy, but I know exactly.
My grandma's
what you
a
mean.
huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, so I mean, you're still, in addition to, I mean, you got your new solo album out, you're still producing for like people a lot actively?
Honestly, I'm retired from producing.
Really?
I'm over it. Yeah, like, too much of the production game is about like social climbing and like networking and all this bullshit that as I get fucking older and older, I just don't give a fuck about.
I feel that.
Like the only thing that's interesting to me is like making tunes that are interesting to me. And like when I do sessions with vocalists and stuff, it's like, let's loop a fucking chord progression for 7 hours while we like play with melodies. And then I have to sit around and like record forever, like where I'm like reducing myself to like a human, like space bar.
I feel that.
And I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I still like to collaborate with people, but to your point, I hate engineering. Like, I don't want to do it at all. Like, I want to send you a beat and you send me something back, like, I'll do it like that before I'll actually go in the studio and work with somebody. And just like,
it's hard though, because if you want to get the tracks off, a lot of times you got to be in the lab and like play that sort of game or whatever, and more power to the people who I feel like if you're like really fresh and like hungry to like get a bunch of credits and stuff, like you'll do it and you won't like be bummed about it. But
yeah, I mean, it's obviously engineering incorporates all the same skills as producing and everything. So it's not like it's completely uninteresting, but like, like you're saying, it's too much of just being like, all right, can you hit that one more time? Like, like you didn't quite
one
hit
more?
it. Yeah.
One more? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my voice sounds bad, bro. My voice sounds bad. You suck, bro. And I'm like, yo, you're not even paying me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna name names, but I had a session one time with a rapper, and he was like, here's my mic. He was like this, and he was like yelling in the mic. You know what I mean? And I was like, hey, bro, can you maybe just step back a little bit off the mic if you're gonna yell like that? And he was like, when I go to the other studio, they know how to make it sound good, even if I'm right up on the mic. I was like, all right, go there. Like, you know what I mean? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I mean, the problem is you spend mad long working with hella artists and like giving them hella time and blah, blah, and then they don't blow up.
Yep.
And then if they do blow up, they don't call you again.
Yep. I feel that.
The paradox.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you had a lot of those moments of like working with artists who were kind of bubbling up. Like I know that you were super early on Khalid, for example. I remember you showing me his stuff, and I mean, just in general, I think, a lot of people wouldn't.
He didn't put that song on his album, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was a banger, though. I mean, did it ever come out?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Leak that shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I think his voice changed. I asked his manager like 2 years ago or whatever, and they're like, he doesn't want anything from that era to happen.
Okay. It's like, I see from both sides, because I think, like, I totally get like making music and then just feeling kind of like so about it after, even if like because somebody else is always going to listen to it and be like, man, this is fire, like you should drop this. But
you got Max Martin beats, you know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of new shit that's like super high produced. Why would you be like, I need this random song I made fucking 5 years ago to come out? Yeah.
Yeah, and people just don't get it sometimes. It's like they want to go back and finish those old demos. It's like, nah, like let's just get something going. But yeah, no, I feel that. So I mean, so if you're retired from producing now, okay, if that's where you're at now, what do you think is your crowning achievement as a producer? Like, what's the track that you think you're the most proud of? Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be just one. Like, what are a few?
I don't know. There were a bunch of cool ones. I mean, Loner Caliuchis went gold, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
So that was like a cool accomplishment, But, overall, like, I felt like that whole like production hustle just like was like chasing the dragon. And like it like took me further away from like my musical center than I wanted to ever be.
I got
and
you.
like I've been kind of getting back to just like loving music, loving the process, and like making shit, that like I'm mad hyped on, and I'm like, yo, this is cool. You know, I've been really getting into like a lot of shit that's like I call it like gleep gloop music, where it's just like, like and like heavy bass sounds and like weird sound effects, and it sounds like sort of like horror music mixed with like Transformers fucking.
Okay.
But it sounds mad new and fresh and like.
I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about, but like, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. So, I mean, is that like really the vibe you're into right now? Or like, is there anything else in particular you've been listening to? Or is it all gleep gloop? Or are you rediscovering the classics? Are you going back and listening to Miles Davis right now or something? Like,
I listen to tons of old jazz, like there's a balance. If you listen to tons of gleep gloop, then like a Coltrane record is going to sound hella good afterwards.
I feel that.
But I'm into everything. I'm always like trying to be a student of the game and like learning about different styles and finding cool shit to fuck with. I'm just sort of like at the point right now where I'm trying to just sort of like get people to give a fuck about my solo music.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is mad difficult because like you got to be like such a cornball to get eyes on you, and like all the Gen Zs are into stuff that I don't think is tight.
Yeah, so, no, I feel that. I mean, I think you're doing something really cool with the visual stuff you've been doing. I mean, I can see it's getting some traction with certain people and stuff. So I mean,
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think maybe you've made it a bit difficult on yourself by having this album be so experimental. Like you were saying, it's maybe weeding out like all but a certain percentage of people. But I mean, at the same time, like there's an audience for anything, and you just got to kind of hit the right pocket of people where they're really going to resonate with it. I mean, I think that the sound design is so dope, and I mean, there's just like a lot of fun ideas. And I listened to your project when I was stuck in traffic recently, and I felt like it was giving me a nice, like, something to keep my mind occupied. Every moment has like little nuggets and little moments of just, different stuff going on. It's almost like when you're playing the alphabet game in the car or something, you just got to kind of keep your brain going.
It's kind of for neurodivergent people who are who need mad stim, like it's kind of like stim X core.
Exactly.
A little bit, and I'm totally okay with that.
But I mean, to that point, so are you said you're not in the club a lot, but are you performing live much or?
Never. I have super brutal tinnitus, and so like I get like my ears start like crackling like a broken television when I'm at like a loud restaurant.
Whoa. Damn.
But also, I've never really been performing very much, honestly.
Man,
like,
I feel that so heavy though. I like that's been. When I was in SF recently. I know I was or not SF. I was in San Diego, and I was kind of talking to you at the time. I was trying to figure out a way to come to LA to come kick it with you, but we went to this club and. I meant to bring earplugs, but I didn't have them with me, and we were just right by the speaker, and it was just like, boo, 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 and like my hearing has been a little bit cooked ever since. So, yeah, I definitely keep it to a minimum in terms of. And if I go out, I always bring earplugs. It's very important.
Yeah, but then the fucked up thing is then you got the earplugs in, you can't hear what anyone's saying, and the music sounds like shit. And so, like.
Okay, to the first point about not hearing what anybody's saying, yes, you're completely right about that. To the second point, if you're in a scenario where the music is loud enough, it's almost like to me it sounds better with the earplugs in. Like if you're in like a club where the speakers are just like boo, 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 it's like I need that turned down a little bit.
Yeah, you're just low passing that shit or whatever. So I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the only way I can survive at a concert. Like I keep the plugs, you know what I'm saying, on me.
Yeah.
But I just think like the most fun part of tunes, I mean, don't get me wrong, like going out and like seeing something live is badass, and hearing music like super fucking loud. A lot of times you can like have that like aha, like I get it moment. But I just feel like the chef up is where like is the most fun part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you're like, ooh, I got something. That's like the best feeling that I constantly go after.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely relate to that. I mean, playing live is cool too. I mean, maybe for you, because if you want your music to crack, I think that there's a certain dimension of like there has to be a social aspect to it, right? Like you got to get like other people like having a social experience with it. I mean, whether that's online or IRL. So I don't know, maybe there's a way to figure out like, do a daytime show where the volume's not crazy loud.
Yeah. Man. And like, I feel like the more I get like lit with Touch Designer, you know what I'm saying? I could come up with like some cool shit that I would be hyped on, to perform with, but.
Yeah. Or like even digital performance, do like a Twitch concert or something like that,
Yeah, that's hard though, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're not like a girl in a hot tub, it's mad hard to get people to your Twitch.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
But damn, so when you and I were hanging out, you were having, you were living in Detroit. It seemed like you basically spun a globe and threw a dart and at that point in time and decided to move to Detroit. So that was a really interesting period in your life. Can you kind of like talk about, what has happened since then? Because I don't think I've seen you since before the pandemic, since like before you moved. So what's different in your life right now? Like what's changed?
Oh, I got sober.
Nice.
And so they had to make like a pretty dramatic lifestyle change, and like living in like the trap on the east side was like not working for the long term for me. And so,
Yep.
didn't immediately get it done, but it's been a few years and I've been like doing various sober things, you know what I'm saying, that have helped me sort of establish more of a Zen stasis.
Hell yeah.
And I got engaged.
Nice. Congrats.
And I've been living with my fiance for a few years now, and she has like a badass clothing brand that's like doing super well called Blondita.
Hell yeah.
And otherwise same shit. Basically, I just like chill by myself and make music all day.
Hell yeah. So yeah, if you're not like actively working as a producer at this point in time, like, are you still engaging in the music industry at large? Are you still doing like sync stuff or like?
I worked on Ridiculousness for like 10 years.
Yeah, I remember you were doing that.
That gig is over. And I got fired by my manager like 4 months ago. So I'm like fully freewheeling right now, just making weird shit. And I'm like, luckily I have enough traction for my old stuff to like keep going to the point where I'm like, have a little grace period to sort of try to establish my own hustle.
I feel that.
But, the industry has not been kind recently.
Well, I mean, I think the industry is pretty fucked, like overall. I mean,
it's so
streaming
lame, bro.
is completely ruining everything about our society in terms of making money as a musician. And I mean, it's tough out here. So I mean, like, are you trying to get back into like another management situation, or like what is
I don't know. I've been pretty let down by like every manager. I've had like 3 of them, and they've all failed me in like different but intense ways.
What exactly are you like with these management situations? Like what are they doing for you exactly? Like,
well, a lot of times they'll like give you dates with artists, you know what I'm saying? And like I've definitely been in that point where like they sort of have like an idea, or you give them some ideas, and then like they'll be like, my friend manages this person, like you guys should do a session. And they'll like get you gigs, but a lot of time like they just really don't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
And so
I could see that.
They make me feel bad about myself because I like can't get like Kid Leroy placements, or whatever. And I try, you know, and I'm just like, why did I do that side quest?
Yeah,
like,
no.
That sucked.
I feel
that. And like hurt my sense of self. But yeah, honestly, like I've never been making less money, but felt more hyped on where I'm at.
Okay. Damn. I love to hear that. I mean, that sounds, more money, more problems,
Yeah. More money, more drug addiction, honestly, was really my thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that.
And just like, it was just sort of like a lame, like, I don't know, like, and just like more like needless ego bullshit, yada, yada. I don't know. I feel like I'm like so much more proud of who I am currently than like who I've been historically over the years, so.
I feel that. Well, I mean, let me just say that even in the depths of I know you were going through a bit of a dark time when you were here, but I think you had a very positive impact on my life. Like I said, to that point about, I think you really helped me to focus in on staying true to learning as a musician and locking into that stuff. And I think just in general, like, I mean, your energy was really infectious. Like the first time we met, basically, I saw you play at Paramita, and you rocked it. The OG Paramita, by the way, not the one downtown currently. And me and Billy went up to you after the show, and we were just like, oh, hey, we make beats. And you were just like, oh, you want to go make beats at my house right now? And then we were just locked in.
I try to bring good vibes, you know what I'm saying? And like, just like be the like cool energy that I don't see most places.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you were bringing so much cool energy just to the block where you lived. Like, I mean, you were working with all your neighbors on music, and just everybody loved you. Like when you'd step outside your door, it was like everybody was like, oh, hey, like there goes Clark Kent, like it was just like a crazy thing to witness. And you were making bangers at the time, and it was really just, like I said, I respected you so much as an artist already. I was a huge fan of Lock It, like with Kilo Quiche.
Okay,
like,
yeah, with Quiche,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was bumping that like every day in high school, and then just the fact that you were just here and just wanted to hang was really dope, and so and I could see that you were really paying it forward to other kids in your community. Like I remember, we bought like a MIDI keyboard and gave it to some kid like you and me at one point, like.
Yeah, no, and you know what's awesome is one of the kids that I taught how to make beats from the block has his own studio now and like has a vocal booth and is like fully
Damn.
like a producer now.
Hell yeah. You love to see that shit.
Yeah, I had 2 students and one of them went crazy with it, so I was like, "Hey, let's go, 50% success rate." Yeah.
Nah, that's so sick. Can you shout him out? Like, is he out here?
Oh yeah. Like his studio is called Black Bottom Studios, and his IG is like Black Bottom T.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, check him out. He raps and he's dope, and he produces like tons of shit for artists and does like bangers and like Jersey Club and like a bunch of shit. Yeah,
Yep. That sounds sick.
killing it.
Yeah, and at that time, I remember, you were kind of getting it in with some local, successful artists. You had that whole situation going on with Papa, where y'all were on the news for that one song and everything.
Yeah, that was an insane time.
Yep.
I wish that project like ever came out. Like,
It never did?
never did. Yeah, or like one of like.
I mean, y'all had like a couple of tracks out, right?
Well, we had a couple songs that came out like on SoundCloud and shit or whatever, but like never like there was never like an official release for Active LE 2 or whatever.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I should have just fucking dropped it right then, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
life
I
goes on.
mean, never too late to leak it.
True. Yeah. No, he told me to drop it. Like he randomly hit me up like a year ago, but like it's on like an old computer and stuff, and like I don't know, it just sounds kind of unfinished, and so I was just like, I should have just put it out though. But
Yeah,
you know
I
when
feel
you
that.
drop something that's old and then it's just like at the top of all your streaming shit, or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I get you. So yeah, and then you also had that experience where you were on TMZ and everything a bit ago for that Britney Spears whole little like kerfuffle.
Oh yeah, that was super crazy.
Was that just like were you just kind of just adding Britney Spears just to be funny, and then the media took off with it?
I did this like pop production school thing that was run by Stargate, who like produced for actually not Britney Spears, but like a bunch of other pop stars.
Yeah.
And I took like a picture with them at the graduation, and I just thought it would be funny if I was like, "Yo, just spent like." I said I spent 9 months in Siberia working on a new Britney Spears album with Stargate.
Yeah.
And then like the next day I woke up and it was just like going hella viral and shit, and like the Britney Spears. I don't know how anyone found that.
I mean, what do you think it is? Like, I mean, I'm sure that people must be like adding Britney Spears, saying all types of bullshit all the time. Like, what do you think it was about you in particular that made you more credible? Was it just like, oh, this guy has enough like pop credits that this seems feasible?
Well,
like,
Stargate are like real pop producers.
Yeah.
They produced like a bunch of shit for Rihanna and Beyonce and Katy Perry.
Yeah,
and shit.
absolutely.
And so, like, and
did
then
they
I
like
think where I
repost
fucked
it
up
at
was-
the time? Were they like?
No, they like I think where I fucked up was that like it started to go viral and I deleted the post because I was like I didn't want to be spreading misinformation, but then it made it look like I had like signed an NDA or something or.
Yeah, I remember
I
at
don't
the
know.
time, like looking at it from the outside in, I took it at face value. I thought that you were literally like working on Britney Spears' album, and then the reason I thought that was because I don't think I initially saw the post you made. I think I only saw like you reposting like the TMZ article or something. So I was like, oh, okay, like this must be the real deal. Like, you know what I mean? My guy Caleb's going up. He's working for Britney.
The internet does not give a fuck about whether anything is factual.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
But
damn.
hey, fun, inadvertent legendary troll of epic proportions.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. I think it's just crazy that they would just run off on that with so little fact checking. That's really on them. That's not
Like
not
half
nothing to
the
do with
people
you.
who follow me on Instagram now are just like Britney Spears fans, like who are just like anytime I post anything, they're like Britney question mark. I think that most of them have gotten the picture now and left, but like I got like 1,000 followers from that whole situation or whatever, and like
Damn.
they would just comment like Britney every time I post anything. I'm like,
That's
sick.
crazy. I mean, like you got to turn some of them over into being Caleb fans. I guess you just got to.
Yeah, I
Show
mean, it
'em
turns
that
out the
Bleep
trick
Bloop
to
music.
growing your audience is just lie about affiliation with famous people on the internet.
There
and
we
then,
go.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Hell yeah. Well, shit. I mean, try it again. You're doing this album cycle. Who can you
Oh,
target?
yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that only worked because I was like joking.
Nah, lightning can strike
like
twice.
I feel
Why
like if I
not?
did that in earnest, it would just be like peak lame. Like I thought it was clearly like obviously a joke. Like I wasn't trying to like scam my way into attention. I wasn't promoting a release. Like
Yeah. Mostly
it
just
was
posting
literally
your pic
just
with
like
Stargate. Like,
it was just like I graduated from this 9-month fucking pop program, and so I was like, all right, like I want to,
That's it.
like I'll just like drop my little Stargate pic or whatever. Yeah.
So I mean, did anything else come out of the program? Like,
It basically made it clear to me that I have no place in that world.
really?
Like it was mad frustrating, and like I met like hella big pop producers and stuff, and had them like I don't know, and just sort of like really saw like what it would take to like be part of that world, and I was like, not for me, dog.
Damn.
I thought it was though. Like I genuinely was like, yo, I gotta grow up, I gotta get serious, I gotta make fucking pop music, but it's just like, I don't know, it wasn't for me. Like,
Yeah, no, I feel that.
It's like you don't really like push the envelope that much with pop. You just need to like
No, you don't.
I don't know, like, and it's like you think there's a lot of people making music. There's like 80% of them are just like trying to like play the lottery with the pop shit. And like they're like, yo, this chick has 70 billion followers on OnlyFans, we're making records for her, and like you'd be surprised how much like of that kind of thing is going on. And you're like,
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really find that surprising at all. That makes it. I feel like that's what it looks like. From the outside, it looks like everybody's just kind of, trying to.
Who's the fucking breakout artist from last year? Is Addison Rae.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you see that all the time. So I mean, aside from just like the music aspect of it, I mean, what about the like the whole experience was turning you off? I mean, was it just like, I mean, are they literally just trying to make clones of whatever's popular? Is that just kind of the vibe? Or
I mean, this program, they would give you like a different assignment and like random people to work with every week, and like you had to like turn in a pop song based on a prompt with like like a writer and a singer that like you like wouldn't maybe naturally gravitate toward.
I feel that.
And
I mean, did you make some
anytime
cool
I
shit?
did something that I thought was fucking sick, they were not fucking with it.
Damn.
And like when I would do something that was like super whack, where I was embarrassed to play it, they'd be like, "That went hard." And so I was just like, "Okay, I don't know, like, and they're fucking tight. Like, no disrespect to them, and like what they do is badass for them, like, but it just like it felt mad unnatural to me, and like all of my like impulses of like what to do and what's tight and like what music should embody were like not gelling with the pop ethos.
I feel that. Are you like a hardware person at all?
No.
0%?
I mean, like, yeah, I pretty much do everything in the box.
Have you ever like tried to, or has it just been?
No, I mean, I have a little synth, and I understand, like how like they work and stuff.
Yeah, I remember you had the that Reface CS.
I still got it. It's sitting on the ground to my left.
Still use it a lot?
Not that much. I mean, it's just like I'm so much faster with the fucking mouse.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
That it doesn't like I feel like I'm crawling through mud with like doing the knobs and stuff, and then like clicking in the interface with like a like arrows and stuff.
Yeah, I gotcha. You use a push?
No. Like check this out. I got this like
studio tour.
Yeah, I got this thing which I really like.
Ooh. Is this some knobs?
And like it's just a mappable fader thing, but you can like put it on a parameter, and it's like fucking nice,
Damn, those look like good
faders.
Like,
but yeah, and I just use like MIDI controller, and then like this is like the main.
Ooh, gorgeous.
Yeah, and like there's a couple other little things in here, but it's basically just like a laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Got Serum open there.
Yeah, no, it's Shaperbox.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, it's I spend a lot of time making patches with Serum.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean,
you can do it with anything though. Like there's so much in the box that people like don't use ever.
I feel that. I mean, yeah, you were talking about shifter and grain delay and stuff. I don't ever really touch those, or even drum bus. Like I know what it does, and like I know that people do crazy stuff with it, but I don't know. I just don't end up touching it too much. I'm
telling you, just put it on your drum bus.
Okay.
I didn't use drum buses for a while, but like it's mad easy. Just make a group that has all your drum tracks in it or whatever, and then they're all just like slammed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
mean, I've
like,
been getting into just like drum racks more lately too. Like once I figured out how you can expand it out and see all the tracks and they look almost the same as, you know, normal tracks, and you can route them to a send still. So, you know, we throw in the
yeah.
phone.
Oh shit. Yeah. Wait. Come back. Where'd you go? Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Cool. My bad.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, dude, you got to check out this guy, User Friendly. He's
Okay.
like the drum rack god, and he's like doing all this crazy shit where like he's using the sends in the drum rack and then putting like MIDI shapers
Ooh.
in. So like if you hit like a random key, it'll like trigger an effect, and then so you can make like a drum rack clip where like some of the MIDI notes are effect triggers.
Damn.
And it gets super complicated mad fast, but you can do like cool ass shit.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, you said you don't perform live too much, but I've been getting into like getting deep with the session view. I don't know if you ever heard of CliffX. It's like you can write stuff in the title of clips, and then you can use that to like automate stuff. So the title of the clip could say like, you know, filter on channel 2, and then when you trigger that clip, it'll, you know, do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, for
Are
live,
you doing like live sets?
Yeah, I just did one this past week.
Fire.
Yeah, I was doing like hardware stuff a little bit. Like I got the, you know, 404 right here.
Okay.
I got this boy EP 133. And I have other synths and stuff. But yeah, you know, I feel like playing live with all the gear is like, for one thing, so much to set up at the club or like wherever you're playing at, and then also just so prone to like mistakes and things that just require so much practice that I'm doing so much other stuff. I'm DJing, I'm making content. I don't have time to just like, you know, run through my, you know, hardware set 40 times, you know, and pack
it
it all
just
up.
like, I feel like with hardware, like live sets, it's like you have to be like the most minimal ever. Like we're like it's, you're like, all right, opening the filter on the kick drum.
Yep.
Ready? Turn on the hi-hat. Like,
Well,
you
I
know.
mean, for me, the thing with it is like, okay, so if you're going to spend enough money to have like, you know, the good sequencer, all these synths, all this stuff, a good mixer, whatever, by the time that you're done, you've assembled a situation where you have all the same capabilities as a DAW. So then why are you going to act like you're somehow doing something like special over somebody who uses a DAW where they got the whole thing just right there? And at the end of the day, you're still not going to have everything that Ableton has. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you're still not going to have the same processor power as just like a laptop, you know? So.
Yeah, and the mouse.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the mouse is very crucial for
crazy.
producing. Yeah. Dude, I'm a big fan of this hardware.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I think they need
mouse.
to do? They need to do a computer keyboard, just like typing keyboard, that is velocity sensitive. That would be.
I bet they got that.
I haven't found it. I Google it every couple of years. Let me know in the comments.
What's cool though? You can use all that, like with the new Ableton MIDI tools, you can use MPE stuff without an MPE device and just like draw in like LFO automations on MPE and then set them to like the MPE to do like filter cutoff or like, you know, like anything, you know, and so definitely go into the new MIDI tools, man. There's so much cool shit in there.
Yeah.
In like the generative tools and like auto glissandro, you can do like auto glide on all your notes.
Yeah, I gotta tap into that stuff more. I mean, it's like I know it's all there, but I just, you know, I feel like I'm still, I don't know, taking my time to learn everything that was in Ableton 11, and then here I am. I got 12. I got all this new shit, and they're coming out with new stuff
make
constantly.
your social media in the Ableton like tech influencer community. There's like 5 guys that if you follow, like they'll like get you hyped on like a bunch of new features.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am already kind of there, but I'm gonna need you to DM me some more people. You know,
I got you.
So I can get real tapped in. All right, we've been talking for almost an hour at this point. I think, you know, we probably can wrap it up.
There's probably a clip in there somewhere.
Yeah, 1 or 2 good clips. I mean, honestly, I think this whole thing was a good conversation. So you got anything else? Any major words of wisdom that you would like to impart to the people?
Follow your heart. Make music that you actually think is cool.
Hell yeah. And what's next for you? Anything coming up on the horizon that people should be looking out for?
I'm just like starting to work on like another project. I'm trying to make one that has like heavy ass fucked up bass sounds in it. Like I was just, you know, making this like rusty sound.
Ooh. Ooh,
And so
that's some good
trying
resonance
to
right
unlock
there.
Rust. I've been really obsessed with the creaky sounds.
Yeah.
So you know,
So look out for some creaks.
yeah. But I want to try to figure out how to put like, you know, the chords in there also, but then hit them with the fucking, you know, type shit. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been on.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for catching up with me. It's always good to talk to you, and you know,
Hell
let me
yeah,
know
G.
if you need some remixes for your album. Like,
Hey,
I'll get it ready for
I
the
got
club.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, be easy, my guy.
All right, peace out, man.
Bad listener.